Drawings and reports. We haven't had any major changes to our localization of the drawing settings that have been customized in the past. We had a pretty big overhaul in version 16 when we had object level settings. But one new feature actually that is a really good feature to be aware of for those engineering firms doing rebar detailing, there is now in 17 SR1 the ability to number based on the bar size. So look at down here, like basically the last part of this description here in our localization notes. If you have a number 6 bar, you can have it 6, and then the R is the like a suffix, and then the number, the actual number. So that's a common way that rebar fabricators group or number their bars. So that is now possible. All right, reports. A couple updates to these two reports are actually found in the U.S. Common Reports folder. We have a history report auxiliary, which allows you to see the model, multi-user model revision information, such as the comments and the codes and the time of the modifications. To use this report, you obviously have to be in a multi-user model, but you also have to turn on the model history, which is an advanced option setting that you would set up in your INI files. And then there's a locked objects report as well. It's been updated. Furthermore, there's reports within the engineering role that have been updated or added. There's two loads by load group and loads by type. These will filter out loads in the model. If you're interested in seeing how these are used, there's an analysis and design webinar that was done recently, actually the last one that was done last month in March, that you can look at, and that those reports are gone into more detail. Also, there's available a metal deck bill of materials, so working with those deck profiles that we've added, showing more capability with that, with running a bill of material on those. Also, here over on the right, you can see some updates for just regular bill of material reports. We had some in there that were just not as robust, and so we've added more to them. You can see with cast and place and precast, we've just basically swapped out a lot of them, and then of course updated some as well. Now, to illustrate the metal deck report, I'm going to go up, go to create report, and I see my metal deck bill of materials, so I'm going to just run it, create all, and the only deck I have is actually up here in the right top of this model. I have 4 deck pieces here, so I can see it's running a quantity on these. Now, the way that deck manufacturers work is, they think of things in terms of cover, and properties such as finishes, which we recommend that you would add that in within the finish part property field if you want to have any type of deck coil type. Also, the gauge can be specified through a user-defined attribute within the various tab pages for these elements. All right, and then squares, length and squares. These are, of course, length is the total quantity that you would measure this by, but squares are actually a common unit of measure for deck manufacturers for ordering. So this is a quantity based on per square foot, per square 100 foot. So this has got 11.45 squares, and then the weight there. So all right, so that's an example of our metal deck bill of material report.